Today the curse sleeps. Mason and Luke hid behind Dad, terrified of the basement ghost their mother sometimes acknowledged. I tried to speak but barely remembered how. When you only talk one day every 4 years, words feel strange in your mouth. Hi, I managed. Luke started crying. Make it go back, he whimpered. It's scary. The hope I'd carried for 1,461 days shattered. Even on my real day, I wasn't real to them. That's when the seizures started. Maybe from the darkness, the malnutrition, the endless silence. I'd convulse on my concrete floor, alone, biting through my tongue with no one to help. Mom watched through the camera, taking notes. The curse is fighting back, she'd mutter. Dad would bring extra bourbon to bed those nights. I started leaving messages under the door, scratched onto scraps of cardboard with my fingernails. Please help me. I'm dying. I won't curse you. Mason found one once. I heard him sound out the words slowly. Then Mom's footsteps, her shriek, the lighter clicking. She burned them all while explaining that demons write notes to trick children into opening doors. Another time the state came. Someone had reported screaming from our house. Mom smiled her medication smile, showed them around. The basement door had been painted over, wallpapered, hidden behind a bookshelf. Just 3 of us and the boys, she chirped. The social worker noted the happy family, the clean house, the normal children. They never came back. February 28, 2024. Tomorrow would be my 5th birthday. 16 years old with only 5 birthdays. I could hear Mom pacing, off her pills again, muttering about leap year curses and demon babies. Then the sound I dreamed of for 5,843 days. A key in the lock. Mason had stolen it from Mom's jewelry box. The door opened and I stumbled out, legs too weak to hold me. Mason's face went pale as he stared at me, his hand still gripping the stolen key. My legs buckled and I grabbed the door frame, muscles screaming after years of disuse. The hallway stretched before me like an impossible distance, carpet soft under my bare feet after a lifetime of cold concrete. Can you walk? Mason whispered, glancing nervously at the stairs. Mom's pacing had stopped. The sudden silence felt more dangerous than her muttering. I tried to answer, but my throat felt raw. Instead, I took a shaky step forward, then another. My knees wobbled like a newborn calf's. Mason reached out to steady me but pulled back, still afraid of the curse he'd been taught to fear. The house looked nothing like I'd imagined. All those years listening to life above me, I'd built elaborate pictures in my mind. Reality was smaller, dingier. Family photos lined the walls, 3 children smiling in every frame. The 4th child existed only in a locked basement, edited out of their perfect lie. A door creaked upstairs. Mason's eyes went wide and he shoved me toward the kitchen. Hide, he hissed. She's coming. I stumbled behind the refrigerator just as Mom's footsteps hit the stairs. My heart hammered so loud I was sure she'd hear it. Through the gap between the fridge and wall, I watched her descend, hair wild, nightgown stained with old coffee. Mason? Her voice had that sharp edge that meant the voices were talking to her again. What are you doing up? Getting water, he said, moving to block her view of the kitchen. Mom's eyes narrowed. She pushed past him, nostrils flaring like she could smell my presence. Something's wrong. The balance is off. The curse is moving. She headed straight for the basement door. My whole body tensed. In seconds, she'd see the empty room, the open door, the missing prisoner. Mason followed her, hands shaking. The shriek that erupted when she saw the empty room rattled the windows. No, 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 no! She spun on Mason, grabbing his shoulders. What did you do? What did you do? Nothing! I didn't. The curse will take you. It'll take all of us. She shook him hard, his head snapping back. Where is it? Where is the demon? Dad's heavy footsteps thundered down the stairs. Linda, what the hell? It's gone! The thing is gone. We're all going to die. I pressed myself smaller behind the refrigerator, watching Dad take in the scene. His bloodshot eyes moved from the open basement door to Mason's terrified face to Mom's manic rage. For a moment, I thought he might actually do something. Instead, he reached for the bourbon bottle on the counter. We need to find it. Mom released Mason and started pacing. Before midnight, before the leap year begins. If it's free on its birthday, the curse becomes permanent. Mom, please. Mason's voice cracked. She's not a demon.